What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the most radioactive places on Earth. We're talking about locations where the Geiger counters go wild, places shrouded in mystery and danger. If you're an urban explorer looking for your next adventure, these locations are sure to intrigue you. But remember, safety first. This ain't no joke, people. All right, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's get into it. First up, we're heading to the notorious Chernobyl Exclusion Zone in Ukraine. April 26, 1986, a date etched in history. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant became synonymous with disaster. The explosion forced the evacuation of Pripyat, a bustling community of nearly 50,000. Today, Pripyat stands as a haunting reminder of nuclear energy's power. It's like stepping into a post-apocalyptic movie set. Nature has slowly begun to reclaim the city. Our next stop is Fukushima, Japan, marked by the devastating earthquake and tsunami of 2011. This wasn't just a natural disaster, it was a nuclear disaster. The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant bore the brunt of the tsunami. Cooling systems failed, leading to meltdowns in 3 reactors. It was the most serious nuclear accident since Chernobyl. The impact on the environment was immediate and widespread. Japan has made significant progress in decontaminating affected areas. Fukushima is a stark reminder of nature's power and disaster preparedness. From Japan, we travel across the Pacific to the Hanford site in Washington state, a place deeply intertwined with the history of the Manhattan Project and the development of the atomic bomb. During World War II, Hanford played a crucial role in producing plutonium, a key ingredient in the bombs that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It was a massive undertaking, transforming a once quiet agricultural region into a sprawling industrial complex. But the legacy of Hanford is a complicated one. While it contributed to ending the war, it also left behind a toxic legacy of radioactive waste. Today, Hanford is the most contaminated nuclear site in the United States, and cleaning it up is a monumental task. It's a constant reminder of the long-term consequences of our actions and the responsibility we have to future generations. Mailuu-Suu, the uranium legacy. Our next destination takes us to the mountains of Kyrgyzstan, to a town called Mailuu-Suu, once a major center for uranium mining during the Soviet era. Decades of mining left a legacy of radioactive waste. The dangers remain, even after mining ceased. Landslides and earthquakes risk releasing radioactive material. Mailuu-Suu highlights the environmental challenges of the Cold War. Mayak. A secret disaster revealed. Our journey through the world's most radioactive places takes us to Russia, to a place called Mayak. Mayak is home to a nuclear facility that's been shrouded in secrecy for decades. But in 1957, disaster struck Mayak in a big way. A storage tank containing high-level radioactive waste exploded with the force of 70 tons of TNT. It was the third-largest nuclear disaster in history, after Chernobyl and Fukushima, but it was kept under wraps by the Soviet government for over 30 years. The Kyrgyzstan disaster, as it came to be known, contaminated a vast area, forcing the evacuation of thousands of people. Mayak stands as a chilling reminder of the dangers of nuclear secrecy and the devastating consequences of unchecked nuclear ambition. Chapter 6. Semipalatinsk, the nuclear test site. Next, we travel to the steppes of Kazakhstan, to a place called the Semipalatinsk test site, a sprawling area that was once the Soviet Union's primary testing ground for nuclear weapons. From 1949 to 1991, over 450 nuclear explosions were detonated here, both above ground and underground. The impact on the environment and the health of the local population was catastrophic. The explosions left behind a toxic legacy of radioactive fallout, contaminating the soil, water, and air. Generations of people living in the surrounding areas have suffered from high rates of cancer, birth defects, and other health problems linked to radiation exposure. The Semipalatinsk test site serves as a stark reminder of the indiscriminate and long-lasting effects of nuclear testing. Sellafield, reprocessing and risks. From Kazakhstan, we head to the coast of England, to a place called Sellafield. Sellafield is home to one of the largest nuclear facilities in the world, a sprawling complex that's been operating for decades. But unlike some of the other locations on our list, Sellafield wasn't the site of a single catastrophic event. Instead, it's the accumulation of decades of nuclear activity that's left its mark. Sellafield has been used for everything from producing plutonium for nuclear weapons to reprocessing spent nuclear fuel from power plants. These activities have generated vast quantities of radioactive waste, some of which has been released into the environment. Pripyat, frozen in time. We're circling back to Pripyat, Ukraine, this time to delve deeper into the ghost town frozen in time. Imagine a city completely abandoned, its buildings left to decay, its streets reclaimed by nature. That's Pripyat, a haunting reminder of the Chernobyl disaster. Walking through the deserted streets of Pripyat is an experience unlike any other. It's like stepping into a time capsule, with remnants of daily life scattered everywhere. You can almost hear the echoes of laughter in the empty amusement park, see the ghosts of children playing in the schoolyard, feel the presence of families gathered in their apartments. But Pripyat is more than just a ghost town. It's a living laboratory for studying the long-term effects of radiation on the environment. Goiania, the accidental disaster. Our next stop takes us to Goiania, Brazil, a city forever marked by a bizarre and tragic incident. In 1987, a radiotherapy source containing highly radioactive cesium-137 was stolen from an abandoned hospital in Goiania. The thieves, unaware of the danger they possessed, dismantled the device, spreading radioactive material throughout their community. The consequences were devastating. 4 people died from radiation poisoning, and hundreds of others were contaminated. The Goiania accident serves as a stark reminder of the importance of securing radioactive materials and the need for public education about the dangers of radiation. The Polygon legacy of the Cold War. Our final destination takes us back to Kazakhstan, to a place known as the Polygon. Like Semipalatinsk, the Polygon was a Soviet nuclear test site. But its story is less about the bombs themselves and more about the human cost of the Cold War. For decades, the Polygon was shrouded in secrecy, its existence unknown to the outside world. But when the Soviet Union collapsed, the truth about the Polygon began to emerge. Thousands of people living in the surrounding areas had been exposed to high levels of radiation from the nuclear tests, with devastating consequences. So, there you have it, our whirlwind tour of some of the most radioactive places on Earth. From the abandoned streets of Pripyat to the contaminated steppes of Kazakhstan, these locations offer a glimpse into the power and peril of nuclear technology. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more urban exploration content. Stay safe out there.